Welcome back to The Biggest Talk. We break down some of the most influential bestsellers and read them so you don't have to. We're your hosts,
Ira.
Sebastian.
and Harrison.
For today's video, we are going to go a little more into depth on Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, 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 right hook. How to tell your story in a noisy social world.
That's right. So let's just jump right into it.
Episode 2, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the book itself and how, people like you who are watching can utilize it a little bit more for a return and towards the business side of things.
instead of procrastinating with it and lowering your attention span with it.
But before that, Sebastian, why don't you start us off with a little bit about Gary Vaynerchuk?
Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, is an entrepreneur. He sold baseball cards when he was like 4 or whatever. So he's like pretty hardcore. But now he's a big social media influencer, and he just teaches people how to manage social media platforms to leverage, growing their business and selling products.
Yeah, he in between all of that during from the 2007 to 2009 period, I'm gonna say maybe even 2000 to 2009, when YouTube and the internet wasn't that huge of a
Wine library.
thing. Yeah, Wine Library. He grew his family company from $3 million to $60 million.
I don't know the
think that's
exact
what it was.
number.
I don't remember what it is, but it's a pretty impressive feat for really accomplishing something and exemplifying what can be done with his kinds of strategies towards on how to market, because you have to think like 2009, I was 9 years old. All right, I'm gonna date myself, but YouTube was not a thing. I mean, YouTube was just funny cat videos and like rainbow frogs.
The one with a cat with a shirt, but it's like secretly the human's hand and it's just playing piano.
Yeah, videos like that, like obscene, innocent,
Smosh.
really, right? Smosh, like
Nigga,
viral videos. Dude, yeah, nigga.
Whoa, what? Censor.
What did you say?
Or like Kev Jumba,
Yeah, dude.
like during those ages,
Oh
it
my
was just all purely entertainment, like TV. But he really found a unique niche to push his product in front of millions of people, not only through social media, but also through other ways of attracting them to social media.
Yes, but do you know where he messed up?
Where did he mess up?
He did YouTube for a while, and then another
And he stopped.
another broadcasting company offered him shares in their company to move over to their platform, and he's like,
And
that was the
then
biggest
it didn't-
mistake.
It
And-
didn't take off, did it?
Yeah, it didn't at all. YouTube just destroyed.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a paid for platform too?
I don't know. I don't know the details, but he did that, so he regrets that. And he had like a lot of investments early too. That he like passed up a big investment in Uber and like all
Right.
and I think a Snapchat that he didn't invest in. I don't know. It was
I
one
think
of the big companies.
I think he passed up Uber twice.
Yeah.
you know?
He passed up Uber twice.
It's a really good example about how the rich get richer, and it's not because it's corruption, but just my take on it. Money gives you a lot of credibility.
Yeah.
A lot of credibility. Any kind of track record that stands with other investors, and obviously as an entrepreneur, as an investor, I'm looking for the best person to possibly be my mentor, possibly to invest their money in, because once their money is in, a piece of their heart is also invested into my company.
Yeah.
You have to think about it that way,
And not only is it the fact that he has the money, but it's the fact that it's self-made money, It wasn't just something that was handed over to him. And, he's the one who put in the work and developed those millions of dollars.
Right, definitely. It just really goes to show, like, when you are wealthy, it means that you've done something right.
Sure.
And not in every case, I understand, but in most cases, if you are self-made, then you've done something right. And other people are going to obviously ask you for questions first, because they see that credibility and then they see that status. They see you as what they want to obtain. So why would they ask someone lower than them, right? Why not punch up, right, rather than punching down?
For sure. So let's just jump right into what the book is mainly about. And like we said, it's about leveraging these social media platforms to really grow your brand or your business in any way. And he talks a lot about being native to the platform. And Harrison, you want to explain a little bit of that?
Yeah, being native to the platform just means like you're integrated into the community. You're one of us.
And you're making what people want to see.
Right,
Yeah.
right, definitely. When I'm subscribed to hashtag like foodie, okay, on Instagram, all I want to see is food. I want to be there scrolling until there's saliva down my shirt. Okay, and if someone posts something irrelevant on that, then I've just quick swipe, right?
Yeah.
So being native really means that you've like adopted that hashtag or whatever
For
it
the
was
platform specifically.
as your son, right? And then you're growing it, and everyone's saying like, man, your son is a good athlete, so you put him in sports. You know, oh, your son's a great basketball player. Oh, all of a sudden he's in the NBA. You know, so you
Yeah.
really have to stick with something and just push it and flood it a little bit. But also you have to stay on topic. And I think something else that he mentions is like you don't want to bore your viewer.
Yeah.
You only have a certain time segment that you have with each person, and it varies with each person. And if you don't catch their interests quick enough, then they're just gonna skip you over.
Yeah.
Another thing that he talks about is how many people who try to market over social media, they do it wrong by making one type of advertisement and then using it for all the different social media platforms.
Yeah.
Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then that's where they go wrong. So that's why another thing he talks about when being native, he doesn't just mean making marketing through what the people want, but also what is made especially for that platform.
Yeah.
So when Harrison has you said hashtag foodie, right?
Yeah,
I bet
foodie.
they have one for Facebook too, and like other stuff. So that, so yeah,
That's
but
rad.
not only just tailored for that hashtag, but he'll have separate stuff for hashtag foodie on Instagram, a different something for Facebook,
Sure.
Snapchat, and
Yeah.
everything else, you know?
Yeah, and it's really about figuring out what really works on that platform. Like he talks a lot about Instagram. You have to be, it's a really artsy platform. You have to really have great quality pictures. And Twitter is kind of different. You need like really brief, eye-catching posts, tweets, right? That aren't too long or too much going on. It's all about fast and catching their attention in that brief moment that you have, like we said.
Right, and those are all really good strategies. But let's try to hone in, on another main concept of his book. It ties into the title itself. It's jab, jab, right hook, and what he means by jab, jab, right hook is
Jab, jab,
give,
jab.
give, and then ask.
Yeah.
I feel like people kind of get confused with give, and then take.
Yeah.
Whenever his whole concept is that giving not quite literally, but you're giving your time, and you're trying to add value to your viewer or your customer, your potential customer. Because when we do
Client.
YouTube videos, right, it's really easy for me to just stay here and explain to you, yeah, this is Gary Vaynerchuk's book. It's a great book, right? You should buy it. Here's my affiliate link, and then you go and kind of figure it out. But what's more enticing is when I give you some content, when we spend hours and hours recording things together, putting it together, getting our lights together, our cameras in place, and then talking about it, and then having you take away something from our videos before
Attention.
we really ask you to do anything for us, because we're happy that you're here. There's no reason for you guys to be here other than your interest in us.
Yeah.
So what he means is like you have to give a lot. You have to give your time, your thoughts, your ideas, your interests, everything that you do before you're even in a position to make any requests.
Definitely. Like we said, it's all about adding value and really developing that relationship with the customer or just the fan, making them a diehard fan.
Right.
In the long run, that's going to be greater for your business than somebody who buys your product right now, because they're going to be buying all the time. And he goes into an example of Oreo during the Super Bowl and how like the power, I forgot which Super Bowl, but the power went out, and they capitalized on this by sending out a tweet. I forgot exactly what it said, but it was brief, and it just reminded people that Oreos, like right now when the power's out, it's like, what are you going to do? And then they reminded people, just grab their Oreos, right? And if they don't have them, go buy some. So he talks a lot about this example and how great it was and how native it was to the platform of Twitter, because it was brief, it was simple, and they capitalized on a moment that nobody else could, right? The power goes out. What are you going to do, right? People are just sitting around doing nothing, waiting for the Super Bowl to come back.
Right, and it really shows you Twitter's social media team and how advanced and good they are, because
You mean
the power-
Oreos?
Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
Oreo's team. Excuse me. Oreo's Twitter's team, because you can't plan something like a power outage.
Yeah.
It's something that happens in the moment, and it's really
Be on
dependent
it.
on how well and fast you're able to capitalize. Exactly like you said.
That reminds me of a video. I forgot which president it was, but it was one of the ones who had gotten shot but survived the shot. And then he's giving a speech, right?
It's not Abraham Lincoln.
No, so he's giving a speech, right? And there's a video, and in the video, the balloon pops, and this is not even that long after he got shot. But rather than like getting scared, right, you just hear the balloon bang, and then he just looks up, missed me, and then goes back to the speech.
What a G.
That's
What a G.
respectable.
Definitely. And I think Gary really touches upon how much effort you have to really put into growing your social media, because it's easy for me to spend 2 minutes telling you, hey, I like this sweater, go buy it, here's my affiliate link, like I mentioned earlier, right? Versus the real amount of time that you have to invest, right? And Sebastian edits our videos, God bless. He spends sometimes hours and hours and hours editing one video just so you guys can watch it coherently, right? Because we talk about a bunch of like weird stuff essentially.
Hey, but it's uncut, okay?
Uncut.
So
Yeah.
it's all clean.
Yeah. So that's really good. He does a great job of explaining. I mean, something that's not in relation to his book is the $80 method that he uses often. It's like you leave your 2 cents on 9 posts in one hashtag, and you do it 10 times. So whether it's you're in the morning, you just woke up, or if you're using the restroom, taking care of your business, or you're on your break at work, like there's moments to where if you think social media is going to be a crutch in your business, there's moments in your daily routine that you can really capitalize and take advantage, like Oreo did, but on a smaller scale for yourself.
And how do you do that? You add value through, commenting or liking pictures and just being a part of the community that you want to really draw to your profile or whatever it is.
Right.
And in that sense, you adding value to all these people that just stumble upon your comment or whatever, they'll see that and be like, oh, that was cool, or that was nice. And they get that gratification, a little, or that dopamine hit, right? And then maybe they're like, oh, I'll check out the profile. And if you get a click to your profile, you've already won, right? 'Cause
Right.
that's just for a comment. No money.
The number one issue in a sales funnel is just awareness.
Yeah.
And conversion is the very last step that you'll ever get to. I think people underestimate how difficult it is to turn a viewer into a sale, right? And it's even more difficult to even attract that viewer. How are you getting someone to take time out of their day, right? Because time is very valuable. I don't care who you are. Time is the most expensive commodity there is on the market, right? So how are you going to make them want to spend their gold, essentially, and give it to you, and you give them something back in return, right? And that's value, like you said earlier.
That's what you're talking about too. Jab, jab, jab. It's all about adding until they see you and they realize, man, this person adds so much value to me. I just have to, subscribe or like the video, right?
Like with Harrison talking $80 method, that's where you would be doing the jabs at first, liking other people's posts or commenting and stuff. And then once they follow back, that's when you come in with the right hook. You get your products out there, you back it up as soon as they buy into you as a person.
I don't even think that soon. I think you let them follow you for, couple months, posting, and they're like, okay, maybe because when they follow you, it's not like guarantee, right? They're like, okay,
let me just see what this guy's about.
And then they're posting stuff that they like and they constantly like it. Then it's like that's what he talks about too, is like, when do you throw that right hook? It's so hard, and that's what everybody wants to know, is when.
And I don't think you can ever predict. And just to clarify for you guys, jabbing is just adding value. You're just taking these small punches within your range that you can take, and you just add value, keep jabbing until your opponent theoretically is weak enough. Okay, your consumer is bought fully into your vision, and they understand that they're kind of in a place to where they're gonna listen to whatever you say.
Yeah,
okay,
you've added so much value.
Right.
Just whatever.
Right, and then. You just wait for that moment to where you can just capitalize and you just end the whole fight, Because when you watch boxing, a lot of boxers' highlights in relation to his book, okay, jab, jab, right hook, there's a lot of moments to where both boxers are fighting and they're wrestling, and all of a sudden, this guy just throws a right hook out of nowhere.
Just gets that one clean punch right
hit.
there on
It's
the
KO.
jaw that just knocks him
just
out.
cleans them.
For sure. And I think
that is a great time for us to end the episode. Thank you all for joining us. And if you guys had anything else to contribute to our thoughts, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you guys liked anything, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe.
and follow Gary Vaynerchuk. His content's pretty good.
And also, if you guys have any book suggestions, just go ahead and drop them in the comments as well.
We forgot. We must rate it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Let's
rate
the
it.
book.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I think I'll go first. I'm going to give this book a solid 3 out of 5 because I feel like It's a little bit outdated reading it, but taking away his what he's really trying to get across, his main points, it's really good.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it just could have been a little better.
Yeah, I give it a
Yeah.
3-2. Just like it's something that I didn't know, and it gave me pretty good like insight on marketing and social media as a whole. But just the other books we've read, it just giving me so much more
Yeah.
value. It's just too hard to give it any
Yeah,
higher.
Definitely.
I'm gonna be generous and give a 4 because I like the analogy
man.
with the jab, 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 right hook.
Oh,
makes
get a
sense.
whole point for that. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
Anyways, I guess that's it for today, guys. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Who knows what we're going to be doing next, so you got to stay tuned. Until then, let's go out and get this bread.